thank you everyone to come here, and thanks ACDC give me the chance to have a sharing here. Yeah, it's very accidental. I got the chance. I just come here and visit the director and talk with him, and he said, actually I'm a photographer, so actually I'm going to have my own exhibition later, and I'm come here and just talk with them and just get some stories or some experience from them. And the director said to me, "Oh, can you have a sharing here?" And I say, "Oh wow, why not?" But I never done this kind of sharing before, so maybe my story will be something boring, but yeah, please forgive me. It's kind of boring. I want to ask how many of you are Chinese? We talking about ethnicity? Okay. Then maybe some word I will use Chinese to explain, because some of them are not easy to understand by English. Okay. Let's start. I'm Annalise. Hi. Okay. First of all, this is sharing about Syrian refugees. And first of all, I want you guys to see a paragraph, a lot of words. This is a definition of refugee. It's an official definition. It's by the convention relating to the status of refugees and 难民公约. This is a very, I would say, countries will use this kind of document to judge and to use this document to like how to treat the refugees in their country. They will base on this document. So this definition is very important to them. And this is to say a person who, owing to a well-founded fear of being persecuted for reasons of race, religion, nationality, membership of a particular social group, or political opinions. And you can read the rest of it. And why I have to show this paragraph to you guys? Because after I came back from Turkey, this year, actually it's in July. I've been there this year, May to July, 2 months by myself, traveling to Turkey and taking pictures. After I'm back from Turkey, I want to write something down about refugees, about the issues there. So I do research about this issue by myself too. So first of all, I want to know what is refugees actually. We heard about this name so many times, but what is it and how people treat about these people? And when I saw this paragraph and this definition, I feel a little bit shocked. Can you see the word I highlight here, a well-founded fear? I was thinking laws and some regulations. How can you use a, how to say, this kind of unclear word for me is like fear. We use fear to define one's personality and one's character. For me, it's ridiculous. How can you use the fear? How can you, how say, you leveled or you count people's fears? Like how can you do that, right? And even myself, I can't say fear is a very fair or very good definition for something. But this is a very official thing. And after I saw this, I will think about myself. What kind of fear, for me, will force me to leave my country and to go to another place to be protected by others? And you maybe think about this thing. And when I talk about this thing, for me, it's like, because I'm very normal girl from Hong Kong, and you guys know I'm only 23. Yeah, a age that is fresh grad from university. And for me, it's like fear. For me, it's only like I have no place, I have no home to go back to, because I'm very wild girl. I like traveling. I go Turkey by myself, and before actually I traveled myself for 5 years actually. so it's from 18. It's a very young age, and I go to very people will not understand. Like India, I go by myself. Even there are many bad news, races and and people and the hygiene are not good there. I will go, and when I went to Tibet and I went to Nepal by myself, and it's kind of crazy for my friends. And for me, my fear is like when I was traveling, I will do the dangerous thing because I know I have a home, I have friends, I have family in Hong Kong, so I will have the confidence to go. But in fact, for Syrian people, why they are leaving their country? They are going to Turkey, they are going to Iran, they are going to Jordan. Because they are fear. Actually, they lost their home. Actually, they have no more place to go back to. So there are a group of people. They don't have a. For me, so I kind of believe they don't have that there anymore. So they are really a group of people we have to help, and actually we can do something to help them. Okay, that's it. Okay, then we'll come to my photos. Let's see. This is Kobani. It's a city in Syria. I was there in July. Actually, this is the border of Turkey and Syria. Turkey and Syria stick together. And I was there in July. The one day before I was there, and I was standing there, there is a attack again. The ISIS and the army is there. They have bombs and people died again. The next day I was there. And you can see for me, it's my feeling toward this city is like they're all black and dying. Actually, there's no sound there, and it's a very big plain, no trees, no cloud, no life being or live there anymore. For me, I saw because actually from here, I was standing here, and to there, Kobani is about 1 km. It's not very far away. So I can saw what happened there. And at that time, why I can go to there? Actually, it's very. Maybe you guys will feel I'm crazy. I'm being there by myself, and there is some risk of being catched by ISIS, and my head will go away from myself. Yeah, but I just want to see something truth or what is really happening in the world actually. Because in Hong Kong, we can only get the news from newspaper or from TV or from some mass media. So actually, what things you can trust is only pictures and word and maybe some people's speech. But how can you trust it? You never saw it by yourself, by your own eye. So for me, standing out there, apart from fear, actually I'm not afraid at that time. I'm just like I'm seeing the truth is happening. I saw the world is running in front of me. I feel maybe it's something crazy. I feel a little bit excited there. Yeah. This is Kobani. Okay. And this little boy. This is my favorite picture of the whole trip in the whole trip. And this is a Syrian boy in a refugee camp. And how can I get this picture? It's very interesting. When I was being with some local groups who are helping refugees, they are giving some stationaries to those kids. So I follow them and just go there and take pictures. And once I saw this boy, it's like, because I'm holding a big camera, and this boy was like, come to me, and actually I can speak no Turkish, no Arabic, nothing. I just can speak English. And he's like coming, running to me and holding my hands, just pull me to this his apartment. And actually, when he saw me, he was not in this outfit. When I saw, I was holding a camera actually, and I'm taking pictures to other children. And he's suddenly very happy, and then go inside his house and bring and wear this outfit outside for me. Yeah, and with this flag. And I'm going to explain what's this outfit for.
Do you know what flag is this?
Yeah, YPG, this Kurdish force.
Kurdish.
Yeah. Why I'm showing this? Because Syrian war actually is not a very simple situation. That's not a very easy explaining situation. It's not only about Syrian force and the anti-government force. There are a lot of too many forces, too many powers inside it. So I'm showing this photo. This refugee camp is on the border of Turkey. And actually the border, they have a group of people, a nation of people called Kurdish people. And they are a group of people who are very, connected. They are very strong. And they are having their own force and their own army there because they have to fighting for their people to ISIS. So this outfit is their force, the Kurdish force. That means this little boy is Kurdish people. And you see his smile, he's very proud of this group and his identity. And they will have a sign like this. So every time you see people in Turkey or from Middle East, they use this sign. Probably they were from this group. So in Turkey, people, I know some local people, they talk to me, in Turkey you never do any hand sign because like this, they all have meanings. So if you do wrong, you will probably be shooted or catched by some people. You can ask them, they will know more about it. Because there are election next month in Turkey, so it's very sensitive. Okay, this little boy. And now I will have a very brief explaining about the war situation now. And here is Turkey. My trip is most in Turkey actually. I just go to Turkey this trip. It's from Istanbul and then I go to the east and I spend 2 months along the border. So and Kobani, I think it's around here. And you can see the yellow area and from here. Actually this area is Kurdish area. So the little boy is born here. So actually this area is, the people mainly live there are Kurdish. So they are not either Syrian and not Turkey. And you can see there are so many colors here. It's like they have Syrian government force, they are, this is anti-government force, they have ISIS, and this is YPG. You can see it's the Kurdish force. And also this is from other countries. So it's very complicated situation. And the situation always changing. This one is July. I think now it's very different now. Yeah, and also Kobani, the city I saw you before, is like they are held by ISIS, and then the Kurdish force will fight with them and get the city back, and they will attack again. It's like repeating. And a month ago, maybe you guys can see the news. The Turkish and the American, they signed a paper about they are having a war-free zones. They don't want to free zones around here. So also the Americans are involved. And also this month you can see the news. The Russian also involved the war, and they got some bomb to the ISIS place, they so-called, and people would find, oh, they're not ISIS place, and So you can see it's very complicated situation. And this is only political part. And there are so many aspects in the war, like religion. It's a very, very important thing to the Syrian war, because Turkey is a Islam major country, so people most are Muslims. But and you guys must know, ISIS is called Islam war because they are using Islam to be their slogan to collect people to join them. So religious. And Syria, actually I have some Syria friends, and they said to me, actually Syria is a kind of open-minded country among the Middle East country. Actually Iran is very, here Iran, Iraq, they are mainly, their religion is very strong. But Syria is like more open. They have Christian, they have Muslims, they have many different religion there. And Islam, they also have different stream. And Sunni, Shia, Sunni Pai, Sunni Pai, they will fight each other. You may know from some news. And I would tell you guys a story about Sunni and Sunni and Shia. One of my friends is from Syria, and he's come from this city, the second large city, Aleppo, it's called Aleppo. And he's the same age with me, and he's studying now in Guangzhou. And his family is kind of, how to say, in Chinese we can say 官二代, because he's like the second generation of the government people. And his family is Shia. And you must know ISIS, the terrorist force, they are Sunni. And at the beginning of this war, the Syrian war in 2011, the ISIS are starting to grow up. And at that time, my friend is in Aleppo, and because he is Shia, and it's very easy to recognize, because he said because his surname will show his religions, so which stream he's had. So it's very easy to see. At the beginning of the war, ISIS came inside, and they want to control the city, the country. So they are their first step is killing the Shias. So my friend told me it's like because his grandpa is from the government, and actually he must be killing the first group. They must be killed. He must be killed, and his family is very nervous about that. And they are saying, "Oh, we are going to send you to Germany and to some place to abroad, so we can assure your safeness." And my friend is kind of, "No, I'm not going to Germany because why I have to go?" Because he's kind of rebellion that time. 有少少叛逆咁樣，即係男仔廿幾歲，in the university life. So he refused, and he's like he wants to go in another city. So he's going to Damascus. So see from here to here, Damascus is the capital of Syria, and when he's traveling on side, he's taking a bus. So it's like I don't know, maybe he want to die, maybe he choose the bus. And he told me once they come to a place, a very, I think, rural place, and no villages, no cities there, and his bus was stopped by ISIS. And luckily, my friend is like, he's sitting at the bottom of the bus, and he's sawing the ISIS come because they are masked, with black thing, and they are holding the flag, and they're with guns come in the bus, and they're saying, show me your identity card, because they know who are Shia, and they will call them. And okay, so he was like, oh my God, he must know I am Shia if they saw my identity card. So it's like keep silent and just protect they're not in the bus because he's maybe he would be the last one to be checked. So he's seeing ISIS people like checking people's identity card and letting them going outside, and he's very, very afraid at that time. And luckily something happened. Is a mini car come, and because ISIS people blocked the street, so the car come, and the ISIS say you have to stop here, but the car didn't stop. It just go ahead, and at that time the ISIS was saying, oh, why you are not stop? So they all going down the bus and chase that car. So luckily my friend is alive, and yeah, he's being my friend now, and I can talk with him and seeing the story. It's very lucky. But after the instance, he said, oh, I have to go, and and his decision is going to China. The reason is because Middle East people, they never come to China. They think China is kind of mysterious, or someday a country like there are many stories, a long history, they would like to come. So he chose China. So I met him in Guangzhou. Okay. Maybe I will invite him later to share. But you know, for Syrians, traveling cities, countries, really, really hard, and they cannot easily get a permit to enter Hong Kong because Hong Kong's law is very not friendly to refugees. Yeah, in Hong Kong you cannot see any refugees because the law are prohibited people to come. So maybe it's not easy. Okay. The situation. Yeah. So you know, something we can only hear and know from the media probably cannot showing the truth. So because there are so many parties, there are so many groups involved in the war, and it's actually 4.5 years. And the situation is gonna be more worse. Actually, for now there are 4 million people going outside from Syria already, and you guys will know the little boy lying on the beach, on the sand, the very sad pictures. Yeah, he's one of, they are traveling around this sea, because here is Greece, so they can go to Europe. It's kind of more safe. So people are keeping every day, every single moment, people are trying to escape from the city, because you can see the city are occupied, forces taking part in, and there are bombs, there are battles every day. Even my friend, because he also only he comes to China, his own family, all family members are in Aleppo. So he told me it's like they are bombing every day. It's just like Berlin. He told me the situation in Aleppo is like there are war dividing people like 2 sides. One side is battling every day, and the other side people are just pretending to live like normal. But they will like, maybe they're studying or something, they will hear bombing every day. So it's like, and they don't have electricity, and they cannot go out, they cannot use computer, they cannot get the news. Actually, there are no local media. Yeah, they can only just calling their friends to report the situations. So yeah, the situation there is really, really bad. Here comes to the refugee camps. I've been to three camps, and I go inside and meeting with people. And these camps are all along the border. You can see, and it's that city Kobani, as I told you guys before. It's very close to Syria, 1 p.m. And these camps are all located, I think, just 5 kilograms around the border. So it's very close to Syria. Actually, these are tent camps. They are very, it's contemporary apartment for people. They are coming when the war came, when the terrorists came, they will come and stay there, and then maybe 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, they are more kind of stable, they will go back to their city. And you can see here it's like, actually there are nothing, and only tent and sand. And because I was there in summer, and actually it's extremely hot, it's 45 degrees, and if there's no cloud, it's like shiny, you can hardly open your eyes. But you can see children without shoes, they're on this kind of extremely hot, I think, and they're running on the sand, and you know the sunshine is very strong. Even me, I'm taking photographs, I have to wear glasses. Otherwise, my eyes, after a few seconds, I will feel very hurt because the reflection, because the land is white, so the reflection will hurt your eyes. So it's a very bad situation. People don't like to stay there for a very long time, so they keep moving all the time. And these ladies, carrying the water from the water tank to their house. And you can see this is one of the tents because it's extremely hot. So he just make sure the wind can go in. And actually you can see there's nothing inside actually. They are all escaping from their house because once people will feel safe, at least they will have their own house. They will not going to leave their country because actually some of the people still in Syria, they are not poor actually. They have their own house, they have own job, they have their identity, and they will have their own, how to say, social levels. Yeah, they may be they're having some good jobs there. So why people come here, maybe their house are being bombed, or the ISIS came and catch and kill their families, they will go. So when they decided to escape from their house, they don't have the time to pack, like, oh, iPhone 6, I will take it, or I will bring some money, I will bring something with me. No, they don't have any single second to think about it. So they can only go by their own, only their own, without anything. And actually they can't carry much thing because when they are come from Syria, you know, they have to enter the border. And people tells me on the border, because some of them, why they comes to Turkey, because they are more close to Turkey, so they decide to go there. And once they are on the border, they have to make a decision. It's like, are you going to the refugee camp? Because there are different kind of refugee camp. There are government camp, there are camp like this, and they are and they will have different place to stay, like camps, and they will decide that maybe they have a little money they can rent, or they have friends in Turkey and then they can go to their house. And otherwise, they will, if they want to get more opportunities, they will go to maybe Istanbul, the big cities, to seeking for help. Yeah, they have to make the choice, because if decided to stay here, that means you maybe you just stay 2 weeks and then you go out. Because in the government camp, once you go inside, you have to sign some permit, and you are not allowed going outside. You have to be protected by the government, because once you sign a paper and you being a very official refugees, they have to protect you, because Turkey now is going to, they want to be part of the UN, so there are some political things inside. So if you don't want to stay in the government camp forever, you can choose here, but here you cannot get an official permit. So actually people live here, they are not refugees. They are just illegally stay in Turkey. Yeah. And they cannot carry too much things. And the people who are maybe they have more money and they will want to go Europe, like the little boy who died. They can decide giving money to some people. They will have boat and they will help them. Actually, it's not help, to travel, to put them into a boat and let them go to Greece. But actually, you have to pay a lot, really a lot of money to go there. So actually, the people you can see on the boats, actually they are kind of rich people. Yeah.
I think it was 3,000 euros for one person.
Yeah, 3,000 euros. Yeah.
At first to go to Greece, and from Greece to Germany or other parts of Europe, it's 3,000 euros.
That's a lot. Yeah, and this is one of the family. Actually, mainly there are women and child in the tent, because some of them maybe they lost their family, they lost their husband, and some of them men are going out for work, because in Islam culture, women are not going to work outside. So yeah, we can see child and women there. And people from Syria and Middle East, they have very huge family, at least 10 children in one family. So you can see the children everywhere. And so the other side, how can these women afford 10 children's life by their own without anything? They just have a handbag. Actually, these things are donated and given from some NGOs. Yeah, you can see some logos there. They are like UNICEF or some large group and some very local group like which I'm following. They will help and giving them something and the food. And one local group, they will provide food for them 3 times a day. Yeah. So what I was seeing there is like people are just waiting, only waiting, and they just keep their life goes on, and without any hope, without any. Actually, you can see their eyes. They don't think, and they will not think about the future anymore. Sometimes we will, every time we think about refugees event, we may be some questions raised in our minds, like, do you have any planning, and what are you going to do? Actually, these kind of questions are very cruel, because if you are in that situation, actually you're hopeless. It's like, because I know a story from a women who are staying in this kind of camp. It's like he got some body's problem, like he have to take medicine every 2 hours, and his her husband is died from the war, and he had, I think, at least 5 children, and she just living in the camp by her own. And you know, when you are staying in a place like this without anything, no smartphones, no books, no entertainment, you're just waiting, you're just sitting there and thinking or not thinking, I don't know. Yeah. Actually, you will go crazy when that time. One day is okay because we think, oh, it's relaxed or something, but maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 months, actually you got crazy. So I talked with many women there. Actually, they're taking drugs, even they don't have money, even they are seeking help from others, but because they're too sad, they don't have the way to release their pressure. So the only way is smoking and taking drugs. And yeah, the women, and not only the women, it's like maybe the young boys and young girls, maybe they are 15, 14. What happening there is like the child labor problem is really, really big problem there, because women cannot go out for work. So the little child, they will be in the main, they have to work to support their family. So once they are 11, they will go out for work, and the pay is very, very little. I know a boy who is living in a cafe. I will show his picture later. It's like he's working from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can count 7 to 12, more than 12 hours in a cafe, and he will get only 50 lira a day. It's like 100 something Hong Kong dollar, and he had 7 child and 7 siblings and 2 parents. So only he was working. So they will have a lot of pressure. So some stories come to me. It's like after their mom taking drugs, and the big brother or sister, they go to work, and they will feel a lot of pressure, and then they will take drugs again. And some of them are like, because there people would like to stick some pictures on their wall. Sometimes I will, oh, who is this? It's like they will say, oh, it's our big brother. He's died from taking drugs. It's just so many stories like this happening. So it's like, for me, it's like when I heard this kind of stories, I feel like when you donate or you help, actually it's very, very important to them. Or maybe it's not you giving something to them, it's just like you being there, like me. I cannot talk with them, I need a translator, someone go with me to talk. Actually, sometimes I just go alone, and we're like, we don't have a common language, we just like, I use Google Translate, and sometimes I just use my body languages to share something with them. But they will feel really, really happy, because it's like someone is coming and they are listening my stories, and there are some people different and come to me. It's like this can make their life a little bit different, and maybe it's just this kind of little different, they will raise their hope to their lives, not like just waiting all the time in our life. It's quite happy, right? This picture is very special for me, because my aim before my photograph aim is to there taking pictures for children, because before I'm working for children studio. So I took children's pictures a lot. And when I was in this tent, yeah, I forgot it's the father or mother, they invite me to give them a family photo. It's like they're like, oh, come, they're sitting there taking a photo for me. And they are asking me, can you give me the photos later or something? At that time, I suddenly realized I have a special use there, because before I going there, I was like very complicated because I am a photographer, art worker. Actually, you know, art are very not effective or something very touchable. You can really doing some thing, yeah, in the world. So I was very wondering, my identity and my skill putting on that heavy situation, could I do something for them? Could I really helping them? I'm really questioning myself at that time. Actually, for me, I do some research. What they need is like medical support, because they don't have any doctor can see just this situation. When they are sick, they just do nothing. And it was some nutrition and some teachers. Actually, they are the most. They need that the kind of person. But what about a photographer being there? Either I'm not a journalist, I cannot report their situation to the mass media. So I'm really questioning myself being there. But when they request a picture from me, I suddenly feel I have some mission. Actually, I can do something. Yeah, because for them, actually, maybe the time of, yeah, 3 of them being together, maybe it's the last day. Maybe the next day the fathers should go back to Syria and work because they don't have any money anymore. And maybe probably the dad will die in Syria. So maybe that photo will be the last thing they will be together. So at that time I feel, yeah, maybe I can do something for them, and yeah, and they will need it actually. Okay. And this is another family. You can see a woman sick there and just, yeah, having this thing there actually. It's a very bad situation. Because this is local camp, they don't have any official doctor there. There are just some volunteer people will come maybe once a month, and they just giving them some pills like for something. Okay. This is the water source. But one thing is very special experience for me is actually the children and women, they're smiling. Is that quite strange for you guys too? Because every time I show my pictures to some people, it's like, oh, why they're all smiling and being so happy? And for me, it's quite different because when you maybe you Google refugees from the internet, you will see maybe the black and people crying, shouting, and bombing every day. That's what we'll see from the news. But from my own experience, like they are really, yeah, smiling and welcoming people, friendly, and want to talk with you. And even they're in that situation, they are all willing to share something with you. It's like why I'm in the house before, they are eating something. They were like, oh, come eat with us, and oh, do you need something? I will give it to you. But I was like, you're, I was holding a camera, it's like how to say $10,000, and I have 3 lands. It's I think more than 30,000 in my hand, and they're inviting me and want to share something with me. I was like, oh my God, it's so different. It's like, and people's, you can see the clothes are dirty and maybe they have some holes. I will well dressed and I will wash my hair and I will have some sun cream on my face, but they would like to share and want to give me something either. So it's I was very shocked at the time actually. This is very creative for me because the child, they don't have any school to go to, so they have to make their own entertainment, like have this kind of swing, or they are just playing in the sand, or just they just pick up some stones and hit somebody. I always be the center of their hitting. But this is the way they will spend their time, and they are very happy with that. And you can see this electric thing is from some NGOs giving to them.
At that picture I saw the place here,
The toilet?
Yeah, the toilet, yes. And then they wrote this, a woman is sad in Arabic.
Really? Is the name?
It means woman, yes.
Oh, okay. It's Arabic, right?
Yeah, it's Arabic.
Okay. Yeah. It's very interesting. Okay. This is another tent. And this is the Sulush. Sulush is a border. Along the border is a city there, and it's in Turkey. And this camp is from kind of government organized. So once I go in this camp twice, and there is once I go inside and I start taking some pictures, and my friends start to giving them some supplies, like some food or some stationaries. And once a guardian, like very strong man with beard, they just very angrily and coming out and saying, "What are you doing here? We're not allowed people from outside going inside." And we were saying, "Oh, we're just come inside and we're not from any organization. I'm just a photographer, and people with me, they are just giving some supplies to them." And the man was saying, "No, we don't need anything. You just go," and just push us going outside. And actually, the people inside are very welcome us to go, and they are lining up to receive the things. But there will be some kind of that kind of person in this place. It's like he's just actually what he needs is money, because if we give him some money, they will say, maybe we can show you the tent, and maybe you can go to this place. Yeah, he must want to have some benefit from being, because this is the entrance. His little room is just around here. So once people come inside, he will stop them and maybe get some benefits. Actually, he's not official person, but just somebody he wants to be the leader and get some benefits from people. Because volunteer or some foreign groups, sometimes they will drive their own car and just traveling those camps and giving some supplies to them. And maybe he's there just waiting for some benefits. So what I'm going to say is, like, even in that situation, there are also some people who are really bad and thinking their own selfish. This is everywhere.
呢個咩 camp？ 咩 camp？
呢個係喺邊境，係當地，因為呢個係一個小鎮嚟嘅，咁應該係小鎮嘅組織 嘅 cam 咯，所以係有少少官方意味嘅。係啦，頭先講唔同嘅，雖然個樣係好似嘅，因為啲 source 都係同一個位度落嚟。And this is another type of the cam. It's a container cam. It's kind of a better situation because they will have rooms and their own. They will have a kind of apartment. It's better, but it requires more money to go inside. This little boy is very cute. It's like when I was entering the camp, he will run to me and holding my hand and show me around. This thing to talk with you guys. This is the government camp. I told you before, government camp is a very mysterious and very untouchable place. Actually, it's prohibited and well protected by the government. I tried several times to enter it. I'm saying I'm not a journalist. I just want to go inside to see what's happening, and they all refused. So why I was there? Because I was being with my friend and they have their own car, and we just passed by this place, and I want to say, oh please let me go down and see. Yeah, so I just go, and once I think here today is just maybe 10 meters, very close. So I just go down and ask my friend, can I go closer and take some pictures? My friend said, oh just go. Why not? Then I just go. And once I was when I was taking this picture, I heard from this way, a guy shouts. It's like I don't know. It's in Turkish. I don't know what he says. Like some shout. I will suddenly look there. Two big military guy with guns running to me, like. Running. Because I'm holding my cameras like this, I was very excited. Oh, it's government camp. I want to see more what's happening inside. I was taking pictures, and they are shouting in there. And you have to change some lens, and you have to adjust the thing when you are taking photos. So I still have some time when they are running to me. So I was like, because maybe from very far away, my lens would like a gun. Actually, it will be, because mine is like very big thing. I was holding like this and pointing to the government camp. Maybe they will think I'm doing something, I don't know. Yeah, so they're shouting to me and they're running to me. And after I take the photo, I think the thing is okay and the good explosion. In mind come to my mind. It's like I have to make the decision. 1, stay here and let them come. 2, run. And I think in around 2 seconds, I decide if I stay here, I cannot speak Turkish and Arabic, nothing. I just wait here and maybe something, they will catch me or something. So I suddenly decided I have to run. So I take everything and run back to the car, and it's very funny. And the 2 guys are following and keep shouting to me. And I run back to the car, and I shut the door immediately. And I feel very sorry to my friend. Actually, I was saying, guys, something happened, and soldiers are coming. And my friends are like, what are you doing here? Because they are all university students, and actually, yeah, they might think I'm crazy. And once I'm talking to them, what will happen? Will they put me into jail, or what about my camera? They will collect it or something. I don't know. They are very calm at that moment. Okay. Once the soldier came, and it's like knocking the door and let people going outside. I was like, I would never open the door and let my friend going outside because I cannot speak, talk to them. And my friend going down and talk with them. It's like he's talking. It's like, oh, she's a traveler. It's just tourist. She just came taking some pictures. It's not some with purpose. And my friend opened the door, and it's like, because I am Asian, so the soldier is like, he suddenly smiled. It's like, oh, it's like, oh, I catch you, something like that. and I was like pretending, I'm sorry, I don't know anything. I just accidentally come here without any purpose. And the soldier talked to my friends like, you must delete the photos because we have to protect the government campsite, because I know their official explanation is like they cannot being photographed, and maybe I will post this picture on Facebook and people from ISIS will see this picture and they will get the location of the camp and they will attack this camp maybe. And they said like that. Yeah. Okay. Then I was like, okay, I give my camera to my friend and delete the photos with government camp. Yeah. So, but luckily, while I can get this, because we can recover it. So I don't know, maybe they're not familiar with cameras. So I recover the pictures and I can get the photos. So what I'm going to say is, the government protect this kind of camp because they have to keep the camp safe and showing people outside they are doing their job, they're protecting refugees. And you know, refugee camps, people who want to go inside, they have to do filtering. It's like they have to check your identity and your previous record. It's like you cannot be a murderer or something because your record is not good, you cannot enter it. So they have to filter some people and like, oh, this good guy, maybe he's a teacher and then he can go inside. It's like that. So going inside is not easy. And also there are some problems, as I said before, when people going inside, they are not allowed to go outside. Because inside it's a very large place, it's like a city, and it's around 60,000 people will live inside, and they will have school, medical, like hospital. They will have everything, market, restaurant, everything. So they can only live inside camp. And you know, it's 4 years already. People are inside 4 years. Some of them are really want to go outside and find other opportunities. They would like to have different life. So what I heard from my friends, like the girls, like young ladies there, they would like to marry a Turkish, maybe outside people to get the freedom. So they will have something like some rich people will go inside and they will choose the young ladies they want and then carry them outside from the camp. That's happening now. Because I think the thing will be more worse because the time goes on. And we comes to the cities. Actually, people are not only staying in tent because there are too many regulations, and you can see the condition is really, really bad and harsh in the tents. So some of them are more willing to live in cities or big cities like Istanbul because they can get the job more easily, and maybe they can live by their own hand. So they would like to live in cities, but like this kind of place. Yes, actually people are just living there. Okay. This little girl is from Syria, and you can see her beautiful green eye. And she is one I talked to you before. Her big brother was died because of the drug. He likes say this inject. Yeah, the drug inside, and too much, he died. And she's now going to school, and she's very hardworking, and she said to me her aim is being a doctor. Why? Because her mother is taking drugs and very unhappy, and her big brother is died from drugs, so she wants to save people. This is another family on the border, and you can see the pictures here. As I say, they will have their husband or grandpa picture on their wall.
我去廁所啊。俾嗱
Like
去
this.
廁所。
Even in cities, they don't have anything outside. Yeah. This family's story I want to talk to you is like, because because of the war, some people will lost their husband, their families members. So once they come to another country, they will like not the whole family goes to. So in many cases, it's like her. She's from Syria, and her husband died from the war. And once she come here, because she's a woman, she cannot work outside. So she have to marry another people. So you can see a guy here. So she remarried with this guy. And actually this little girl is from her, and this one is from the previous husband. So many families forming is like this in Turkey now. They're just like sharing their pain together, and yeah. And actually, in that place, I can they don't have a very high education level. So for them, it's like old China. It's like when you will have a lot of children, and they will like their children will help their family to grow, or something like that. So they are also very traditional and old-minded. So families will form like this. And they still think education is not a very important thing to their children. So they are not sending their child to schools. Only for 11, then go to work and earn money for the family. It's always like that. And this is the little boy. I thought he was working in this cafe in the city along the border. Yeah, he's 15, and it's a very low pay in the standard to Hong Kong. And they told me why he can get this job is very lucky for him to get this job, because his family know the boss of the cafe, so he can get the job. So otherwise, other people cannot get the job for 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. This kind of job. They also have competitions for the job. And how many hours was? 17 hours, no break, and no eating time. So it's like, for me it's
7 a.m. to 12 p.m.
yeah, like 70 hours a day. Yeah. So this is his family. Once I saw the boy and I asked to visit their family. And you can see they're also sharing, giving us tea. Yeah. Because the gas for boiling, because they don't have the cooking machine, they don't have. So they have to use gas for cooking, and the gas is very expensive in Turkey. So they seldom cook actually. So once they are having tea, they have to use sugar, very expensive, tea, expensive, and you have to boil the tea. So actually, yeah. So they also want to share things with us. And you can see the place they are living here.
The TV is on.
Yeah. TV are given by some NGOs. Because some of them will donate this thing to them, so they will get. Oh, and the Papa said to me before, when he's in Syria, actually he's very rich and he's selling cars in Syria. And you can see he's wearing a suit because he's also reminding his past. So once he's sharing with me, he was like, I don't have the time to take the thing with me. I have many cars, I have a big apartment in Syria, but now I can only here. And this family, can you guess where the families live? Can somebody guess? There are some place, some family will live there.
Inside the cave.
Inside the cave?
In the mountain.
The mountain?
Yeah.
Good guess, but it's ancient time. It's not now.
Underground.
Underground? Okay, good guess.
Back of that wall.
Back of that wall, which wall?
Yeah,
Like here?
yeah.
Yeah, it's very close. They are living here, not inside the house. Because inside is another family, the local family is living, and the Syrians came, they can only live outside. Yeah. They don't even have a the roof. Yeah, they don't have. And this is their baby, because they all time once I saw them, it's like I was, because this is in a very tourist city. It's called Mardin in Turkey. You can search it, Mardin. It's a very famous tourist site. I just go there for maybe because I took too many pictures. I want to relax time, and I go to that city and I just walk around. And this place just under a field road. Because it's a mountain tourist site. It's like the top is the tourist place. So I just go a little bit down for some photos. I just walking. I saw some people sitting inside that. I just walking like from here, and they are sitting here because you see the sun burning outside. They only have like this short place to sit down, and they will have more cooler place. And once I was walking here, and someone like shouting to me, like, oh, come. Yeah, okay. Then I go inside. I saw mother and the baby with so many mosquitoes. But it's on the whole body, And she's like, nothing but so bad, and they don't have the medicine to put on because it's quite expensive for them. And how actually she is, I think, 3 months, around 3 months, and the family, how they feed their baby, they're not using any milk powder because they don't have the money. So they were like, they mixed tea and some sugar and some water, and they buy a pack of industrial milk. When we are making dessert, we will use that kind of pack of milk. They will add to the baby's milk, and with tea. And because I was talking with them, the mom is making the milk for the baby. I was like, what the hell is this thing doing? And once she make the milk and she give the baby to eat, baby was like, oh, no, I'm not going to drink this. But she had no choice. She had to drink. So after like several times like this, finally she will give up and drink. Yeah, but it's extremely unhealthy, and I cannot imagine after a few years what was gonna happen. Yeah. And mom is ill, and she's also pregnant. Because the situation is quite complicated because the mother comes along, with the baby, and she's pregnant, and she just come and gathering with another man, and they will be here together, like spending the time. It's like very complicated situation. So, and these kind of people who are living near the city are the most people will forget, because maybe the camp volunteers to go, and maybe some areas we will know are serious were there. Some people will help over there, but this kind of place just near the tourist site, no one will know they were there. So it's like they cannot seek any help. But actually they really need help. And when I was there and talked with them, later I bought a mosquito net for them because I think it's really they need it, because they have 4 children. Like whole body was like, oh, it's really terrible. Yeah. But if we give them milk or the food, actually it's just short term. They can eat maybe 2 meals, and maybe baby will like, oh, this is a very good taste, and maybe she will refuse the tea anymore. So actually we cannot give the food for them. So I only give them mosquito net. And so once I met so many families and talked with them, I know donating money and giving supplies actually is not a very good choice, and it's not really helping. The most thing we can help is like first, actually they need a job, they need an opportunity to live by their own. Actually they're really willing to work. Some of them have ability. Maybe they can teach, maybe they can do some hand craftsmanship. Actually, they have some skills, but because they don't have the refugee identity, so they cannot go into the official place and getting a job. So they can only be in this situation. And what will gonna happen later. You have no money, you have no help, no support. Either you being a beggar, you're sitting on the street holding a baby and asking people to give you money, otherwise you would go stealing. So that's why some criminals will rise in those areas. I know maybe some of you will go to Istanbul. Now it's like the main tourist place. There's so many beggars there, and they're really, really organized. How people see is a fixed model. It's like mom with baby. Everyone's like that, and they're asking for money. And it's just like people from mainland China in Hong Kong. It's like you can see they are not really families, but actually they need help. But once you give them $10, you don't know $10 where will they go. Yeah, they are not going to use that money by their own. So it's also happening in Turkey. It's a very worse problem actually. So what I think is like actually they really need is a job and an opportunity to do their own business and live by their own. And we've got something more. This is a happier story. This little cute, it's very cute, right? I think this little boy is very cute. And blonde hair. Some Middle East people were like black hair and beard and dark skin. This is white and blonde. It's very, very cute boy. And he's called Osman. And he's also in the city that I traveled, Mardin, the tourist city. And this little boy is always standing outside the cafe. This is a cafe because they like tea very much, so they have a lot of cafe. These little boys are whole day standing outside, and we have the wait with him. And can you guess why? Yeah, what is he doing with this thing? Can you guess?
No, you pay them to wait.
Yeah. And each time you can get 1 lira is around 3 Hong Kong dollar. So he's like, actually he is working. And there's a story of Osman. Osman is from Syria, and he's come with his family, and she's I think around 3 years in that city. And he's kind of lucky because his father can make some local food. So his father owned a very little restaurant in that place and selling Syrian food. And maybe they can make very little money for the families. And he has I think 6 brothers and sisters. And he is 3-year-old actually, and he's working, and he don't have school to go to, so actually he's quite free. So every day he will come here and with the way to make money. And once I go to his father's restaurant, and I'm asking, where is Osman, and why he's always there? Did he have some friends and some place to go to play? And his father told me a story. It's like Wednesday is the holiday of Osman. It's like day off. Every Wednesday is the day off. And his father would say, it's Wednesday, you are free, you are not going to work today. You can go with your friends, gathering, and because you earn money by yourself, you can spend your money and go outside and play. And once, one Wednesday, it's like father are saying, today is Wednesday, you can go. And Osman said, no, I'm going to work today. And his father said, no, it's Friday, you can go. It's your day off. It's your holiday, you can go. And Osman is insist. He's saying, no, I'm going to work and I want to earn money for the family. Is a 3-year-old little boy saying this thing. Yeah, you can see. If he's a Hong Kong boy, it's like maybe he's playing his iPhone 6 every day, and he's yelling on the NPRs and yeah, maybe running around.
The babies born there can get the Turkish citizenship.
Citizenship?
Citizenship.
Yeah, he's not.
No.
And actually, I
Very
said
difficult.
they count.
No.
They count. And actually, I said before, they just came without any official document. So actually, they are illegally staying. So even they are giving birth to somebody, no identity they will get. Actually, yeah, they are all doing illegal things. Actually, I don't think. Yeah, this is Australia. This is a little boy in one refugee school in Turkey, and this is in a classroom, and it's run by a very local. It's a local church running this school, and you can see the scar on his front. It's very long. It's from here to here. It's long. And he's from Syria, as you guys know, and his all parents, all relatives are all died from the war. And you can see very little boy without any. And as I heard his stories, like their parents, like there's a bomb in their house, so it's like he's running outside and he's seeing his parents died. So, yeah, he got the scar and the bad memory in his mind. So, the teachers, once the bomb, the house collapsed, so they were something hurt. So, the teachers told me about his stories, like he never talk and never smile when once he being saved by people and going to the school, because he's now taking care of somebody. And even because I was studying Arabic with this class, and I was just sitting next to him, it's like he's not active, and he's not going to answer something, no talk, no smiling. Yeah, other children are playing. He's like just standing there and doing his own stuff. And finally, I know the story of him. But you know, because we are living in a very good situation and good environment, actually you will never know what they are experiencing and actually what they are suffering, and the pain you cannot understand, can never understand. But actually, people don't want to be in that situation. Actually, who wants themselves unhappy every time, right? So actually, he is willing, very deep inside, he wants to talk with people. It's like because I was sitting next to him, I was having a cap like him, and because some fashion thing, I was like him. It's like the cap is out there and like here. Before the boys like the things like here, and I was at the back. I was sitting here. I was because he's not saying anything. I want to more interaction with him. I was like, hey, I have the cap, and you like, I was pointing the hat. We both had the cap, and I was like here, and he was here, and I like like walked to me, and he was like, oh, and he put the cap backward, and you can see actually they can interact with people, and actually if you are more active and you encouraging them to talk, actually they will give something back. So yeah, actually we can do something. Actually, if we just let the boy growing by himself, I don't know what will happen. They need really a lot of care and help and support. This is the class, and this is Syrian from Syria. And because this school, the people are very good. They are hiring Syrian teachers. They are also refugees, but they are teachers before they hire them, and they are teaching Arabic, the history of Syria. Because if you study in Turkey, you cannot learn any history of Syria or Arabic. You can only learn Turkish and Turkish history. So this school will teach them their own thing. That is very, very good. And this is the smile of child, children. You can just see the pictures. You can feel more than what I say from their faces. And this is my hand. Yeah, it looks like going like this. Yeah, so maybe in this angle you can feel a little feeling of myself, why I'm doing this, why I'm sharing, and why I want to talk their stories to people and their situations, and actually we can help them with our, maybe we can just give them a little thing. Let me share something about me. I think I finished the brief about Syrian refugees and the situation there. And about me, it's like I am 23, and I quit the university when I was year 2, 3 years ago. And I love traveling. I travel a lot of places, like I was been to Tibet 3 times, and India, Nepal by myself, and this time Turkey, and actually there are some other places. Actually I traveled for 5 years, and why I'm now like, how can I be so brave going to Turkey and seeing Syria and without any fear? And how can this girl be that crazy to go? It's actually there are many things before makes me do these things. My traveling, my first long trip. These 2 months for me is a normal link now. Yeah, the first trip for me is to Tibet is 1 month when I was 19-year-old, and at that time I was in high school, and I wished to be a fashion designer at that time, and my major in university is fashion. And Tibet is a very different place, and you can see different people and different culture for speaking. They have different faith, they have different culture, different languages. And I was very surprised at that time, because before I was in Hong Kong, normal, just studying, having, I don't know, just very normal life in Hong Kong. Once I was traveling, I saw different people So you can, for me it's like traveling makes me to see how different my life is, and when I was being with different people, I can see the difference of me and you, and I can see the advantages and disadvantages of myself. And I've been to Tibet 3 times, and one time is actually it's quite boring, right? Yeah. Tibet, I don't know you will know this place or not. It's a very sensitive topic in China. And actually they have quite similar situation about refugees. Actually they will have Tibetan refugees in India now. And actually 2 years ago I've been to, because I love Tibet, the culture is really charmed to me. So when I go deep inside, I see they are refugees, they are going out from China, they are being protected by India now. So I've been there in India 2 years ago, and yeah, just for seeing what's happening. And once I was in India, because there's a song, there's a place most Tibetan people are gathering there. I went to that place, and once I was in a cafe, I was like, I'm checking the place I was going to the next step, and the boss of the cafe come to me and asking, where are you from? I said, I'm from Hong Kong, and I'm going to travel, and now Tibet, and I was going to Nepal, and finally I will go to Tibet. And he's like, very exciting and surprised to see this news, because once Tibetan escaped from China, they can never going back, and they will be killed, or something will happen. And he's hearing I was going to Tibet, he's very shocked, and he's requesting me. That's why I was starting my photograph career. He asking me to take photos for him, to take his villages, the place, what's in Tibet now. He requested me to take photos for him. And at that time I was like, I suddenly got a mission, So actually, why I'm doing this photography, and I go search dangerous place. Actually, it's not mostly fun, or I want to be a very good guy, or I want to be admired by people. It's not like that. It's very. I meet so many people. They request me something like. That guy in Tibet, he asked me to take photo for him. Yeah, finally I did. I go to the place he said to me, and I take photos for him. And after I sent him the photos on Facebook, he replies me like, oh, thank you so much. And me and my village friends are all very happy to see that pictures, because we cannot enter that place, and we can get the pictures that are really happy to see that. So I don't know, it's a very special feeling for me. It's like it's more than I can earn a lot of money, if you guys know about it. It's like you can achieve something, you can give something people are really want to get, and you can help them. That give and take makes me so happy to do that.